Hey, what's up? Hello. We are here with episode 19. This is the BloodShot Eyes and Sore Thumbs podcast. Woo! We talk gaming, culture, ping pong tactics, dank memes, spicy vapes. I don't know, but we have a good time. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully a friend told you about us so that our roster of potential kidney donors, listeners, grows.
Send
Sorry,
us your kidneys.
Yeah, that's right. I'm really just using podcasts to create an organ bank. That's really what we're
Yeah.
If
That's real.
my plan goes as it should, you will love me so much you will desire to be a part of me, should I ask. So, yeah.
Wow.
The gang is all here. This is Eagle, best Eagle alive, Scott.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Brent the old crow.
Hi, people that may or may not wake up in an ice bath missing organs soon. Because that's what's happening now.
Let's not keep calling attention to the organ thing, but
Brent the Repo Man, old crow.
there you go. The bird herd. And I'm Best Jacob Alive too, a.k.a. Jacob. And today we have news and some chit-chat. And, we're going to be talking about some marketplace games that we picked up over the week. The Turing Test, The Fall, some Grow Up, some Let It Die. We're going to talk about some PUBG and what you should eat for dinner after playing PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Spoiler alert, chicken.
If you're so lucky.
But yeah, if you are so lucky indeed. Which I am not, because I'm waiting for the console release. Brent's getting all the exposure with that right now, and I'm insanely jealous.
It's fun, bud. Really fun.
I bet
Almost too much sometimes. We'll get into that, though.
Well, let's do some news. What we got today, boys?
Would you believe me if I told you the Crash Bandicoot remaster has outsold Horizon Zero Dawn in its launch?
No, I wouldn't.
didn't believe you a minute ago when you told me, and I still don't.
Yeah, that's insane.
Second time around, nah.
Yeah, boys, numbers are in. Crash Bandicoot has the most successful launch of any exclusive title this year, so that bumped out Horizon Zero Dawn, which surprises the socks off of me. I don't know about you guys. That is bananas.
I think that's pretty awesome. Both games are pretty fun, though I have not played Crash Bandicoot in years.
Yeah, that's real.
Well, except for the beginning of Uncharted. But that was on a past episode.
Little Easter egg.
Yeah.
But I guess the world has spoken. They want more Crash, so maybe they'll do Crash Team Racing next. That'd make me happy.
Just make him the star of Last of Us 2.
Oh God!
Crash of Us.
What if that's
Crash
of Us? Yeah.
Like infected bandicoots?
Yeah.
Bandicoot
It'd be kind of sad.
Don't eat the apple thing.
Oogalaba.
What happened in Battlefield? We had to start recording, but Brent was talking about that when we were just chit-chatting before the show.
Yeah, well, it just kind of seems like the rest of these games that have these the battle packs, or is that what they're called in Overwatch?
Loot boxes, yeah.
Loot boxes, yeah. All these things, that you get skins for different guns and, your character and whatnot. Battlefield stepped up in that realm. I guess they've updated their loot dropping system to where before it was almost completely random at the end of a game.
Yeah.
Literally the worst person on the bottom of the leaderboard could get a battle pack, or the person first could get a battle pack. And it seemed kind of unfair sometimes when you would do like insanely well, carry your team, and you don't get a battle pack, but then the guy at the bottom did. So I guess they kind of changed that up.
Took the Oprah approach.
Yeah, I guess the more you play, the more you do, the better your chances. I mean, obviously, the more you play.
Look under your seat, and there you go.
Yeah, and you get a battle pack, and you get a battle pack. But yeah.
What comes in a battle pack? Even though you probably just said it, I don't play Battlefield.
So no, you're fine. Like,
what's the cool stuff that you find?
Skins for your guns, for your guy, for vehicles. But then again, you can also get
puzzle pieces for
exactly
some new weapons, which are, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're all like melee weapons, like swords and clubs and stuff.
Yep, exactly.
Cool.
Those are only melee weapons. Yeah. Which
I
I
will
mean,
say,
really,
like, as someone who hasn't played much Battlefield, like, I played some Battlefield 1, and, just like you were saying, getting the battle packs and stuff is really confusing. At the end of the game, there's a little screen, and it's like, people who got battle packs. It's like, maybe your emblem's in there, maybe it's not. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know why.
Mhm.
So if they refine that a little bit, that's nice. And, yeah, I mean, if they could get some, like I don't know, when you open a battle pack in Battlefield 1, there's almost kind of like it's kind of depressing. You get this skin, it doesn't even notify you what gun it's really on.
Yeah.
It's like it's this real kind of half-baked system. So hopefully they can
Mhm.
like get that refined, make it more interesting, like a game like Call of Duty or Overwatch, or something where it's a big experience to open a box of some sort and get some new
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, but you get a super dope little cutscene of your soldier opening the box itself.
What?
I'm surprised
Yeah.
it isn't like a war pigeon opening it.
Scream, scream. To make
Yeah.
like the Zelda noise, like when you open the chest. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah, I will
Well, do you
say.
think this really adds to the? Sorry to talk over you, Brant.
No, go ahead, go ahead.
I already had this question in the chamber, dog.
Dude, sure.
So as you two fellas, you play Battlefield, you dig it. Will this kind of thing add to its longevity? Because one thing I thought when I first saw Battlefield was that it looked awesome. Like, it looks great, awesome to look at, but who wants to play that genre, that type of game, like, forever? Whereas a lot of these other shooters, like Halo's always going for long term with its shooters, Destiny, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah. Is it
I think
adding to
it's-
the longevity? No. I mean, bottom line, no. It's not. It's better if you're going to be getting more battle packs, because it is very weird in Battlefield 1, because you can get a skin for a certain gun, but there's 3 or 4 different variants of that gun, and so you don't really know which variant you got. It probably does say it now, but you probably don't even use that variant, and you got that skin. That kind of sucks, you know what I mean? Because, like, well, I don't even use that one, so you can't even use this skin. I never will. So the more chances of getting skins, I guess, is cool. I mean, the really only thing I looked out for was the puzzle pieces for the swords and whatnot.
I think, cosmetic stuff, that always adds to the fun of a game. Give that, especially if it's not performance enhancing or anything like that, give that out to the players, let them, shower them in skins, if you ask me. I think that's the right way to do it. I'm glad to see that they're updating.
Yeah, but I'll say, though, that what does add longevity to games when it comes to skins is earning the skins.
Yeah.
1,000 headshots with this gun, and then you get this skin. Call of Duty did that.
They have that down.
I mean, yeah, like almost too much. But really, I mean, I would go into games and get really pumped because I'm like, all right, 20 more headshots or this or that, because I will unlock the skin, not just, oh, I hope I arbitrarily get a battle pack and hopefully it's a skin for a gun that I might use. You know what I mean? Like,
So you're a little cynical because it seems like it's stuff that's easy to give away.
not easy to give away. Just
no point. Like, there's no earning or like
there's no-
achievement in it.
Yeah, exactly. There's no build up or excitement. Like, you're not really trying to push yourself more to do more or do a certain task or keep playing.
Like, I know everybody's played Call of Duty, and it's like, I want diamond on these shotguns, but
Yeah.
I hate using this Remington. So when you get that 100th kill with it and you can finally put it away, there's that sense of relief.
Yeah.
And you have a cool camo for your main shotgun, or stuff like that. I totally see where you're coming from, Brent. That's something that I like as well. Like, giving you some reward for your achievement, not just like time served.
Yeah. And that's how, like, all, the battlefields before were. You got medals for, doing certain things with certain weapons or certain equipment or, healing people or whatnot. And that went away with Battlefield 1. And I didn't really think I would care. I definitely care. Battlefield 1, I played the least out of the Battlefield since Bad Company 2. And I love the Battlefield franchise. But yeah, I play this one the least. I maxed all the characters out. And then I was like, yeah, I'm done. There's no more progression here. And yeah, if I could have, I can work to get to this skin, probably would have played it longer. But the sense of progression just kind of faded away pretty quickly in my mind.
Maybe we have some Battlefield listeners out there that That's a weird thing to call them Battlefield listeners.
It's like wind talkers.
Some listeners out there that are as enthusiastic about Battlefield, and maybe they can write in, let us know what's going on with that. Their opinions. I want to hear the opinion of somebody who's like diehard, hardcore. Like, I love Battlefield 1. I love it. Oh, battle packs, updates. Oh, dude, I'm there. I want that person to tell us why. That'd be awesome if they're out there.
Yeah, please. That would be cool.
Yeah. More stuff that's open for the public and enjoyment of all. We're talking about this Lawbreakers open beta, and this kind of snuck past a few people, at least on some of the shows that I listened to over the course of the week. And I haven't read a whole lot about it in the news either, but I have seen this.
Yeah.
And no Xbox for this one, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If you have heard about this game and you're excited for it, and you have the old Xbone One, sorry about your luck. But if you have a PC or PS4, I think you can just go to lawbreakers.com and sign up for the beta.
Yeah, and that was kind of a shocker coming out of E3 because, Lawbreaker's been shown for a while. This is a game coming from Cliffy B, Cliff Bleszinski, the guy from Gears of War, who started up that franchise. So this is his first new project with his company Boss Key, and it was being developed for PC, and at E3 they just came out and said, it's coming to PS4 as well.
Yeah.
So big shocker, and I think it's at a lower price point, like maybe $30 or $40 if I'm not mistaken. But it has some really cool ideas. It looks super fast. Lawbreakers,
super fast.
Crazy.
Yeah, Lawbreakers, referring to like the law of gravity. There's some like low gravity areas around the maps, and some ability and hero based combat that seems cool. Seems like they have some cool ideas going on with it.
Yeah, with some wackiness thrown in there too.
Yeah,
totally.
It seems like Overwatch on crack. Like.
Yeah, in like set in the Doom universe,
Yeah.
HD crack, man.
Yeah.
That's that real stuff.
Yeah, but like you said, Brent, if you're on PC or PS4, that's probably a cool beta to check out. See what it's going for. It looks pretty flashy.
Yeah, I'm checking out the website right now. I want to be able to pay attention as we record and such, so it looks like you got to jump through a couple hoops to get signed up for it. I'll check it out after the show. Maybe we can have an update next show if I can get it rolling.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking. I can click install game right now. I'm looking at it on Steam.
What?
Oh dear.
For free, the beta.
Oh dear, indeed.
Yeah.
Well, while he's doing that, we'll keep rolling. Let's talk about some more betas. Destiny 2, we got a date for it.
It's there.
Coming up here real quick. For the folks that pre-order, it looks like the 18th and the 19th for the PlayStation and the Xbox respectively. I don't really have any dates for the highly anticipated PC version.
I think that's August?
Yeah, it's been chirped around that it's going to be somewhere in August.
It's a little later.
I know I've said it before. I don't play PC, but I think it's super rad that that's going to be out on PC. It seems made for that.
Yeah,
honestly.
Like I said, I was honestly kind of really let down when Destiny 1 came out and it wasn't coming to PC. I was really excited.
We know. we know.
No, I think it's just like you said, Jake. I think it's a great idea coming to PC. They've shown that it's going to be like 4K ready and 60 frames per second.
Oh, dude, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's going to be a big boy in the graphics part of the world. So that's really cool. Just touching on Destiny this week, I played a little bit of Destiny 1 with my buddy Connor. He's never played it before, so I started a fresh hunter.
Shout out Connor.
Like, yeah, it was nuts, dude. Like, we sat down and pretty much beat the game in one sitting.
You were there to see his first time playthrough. Am I right?
Yeah, for most of it.
It's magical, bud.
It really is. Like, we bonded on a new level. He floated through the air like a beautiful butterfly as his warlock.
We went to this wine and painting class. It was a trip.
He slayed a gate lord. It was awesome.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Oh, Gate Lord. Got it.
Yeah. Gate.
Segue.
But
we were just talking about this. I remember I'd put Destiny down for a little while, but then with the Rise of Iron coming out, I bought that, got back on it, and it kind of gave me everything that I needed to just bump a new character up to relevancy. But I remember the first playthrough of Destiny fairly well.
Yeah, it was fun, and after all these updates that they've done for the past couple years, they've got the game in a really cool place and really accessible, which is something I can't say for a lot of other MMOs. Because just watching Connor jump in, without much experience in these like types of games, and within a couple hours, he's talking to me about light, he's talking to me about his gear and his builds and stuff, and it's like, all right, Bungie's definitely made it really easy for someone to, get hooked, right?
Learn it,
fall into the gameplay loop, and just keep on churning out. Which is, really cool, and all that to say, it's got me super excited for Destiny 2. Like, on another level after the announcements and all that stuff, like, playing through it again, I'm so ready for another, big shooter to just sink some time into.
I really can't wait for that episode, because I want to hear Brent's opinion, and I want to hear your opinion.
Yeah.
Just go right at each other.
So, Eagle, are you going to pre-order it before the 19th?
Man, I don't know. I'm so torn on pre-ordering and stuff like that, because I hate pre-ordering, especially because I get digital stuff, so
yeah,
it just basically is like pay now to play the beta, and I'm not sure. We're gonna have to. That's probably a decision I'll make on that day. You know what I mean?
Is this being released in phases though? I was under the impression that you get this early beta access if you're a pre-order person, but then it opens to everybody.
Yeah, I think like a week or two later, it gets open for a short time.
Mm-hmm.
Brent, have you replayed it since the expansions came out, or was your time back then, a couple years ago?
Oh, yeah, I played all of the DLC except the last one, Rise of Iron. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I initially played it for like the first 2 months. Realized there wasn't much there. Set it down for probably a solid year, and then my buddy from work just said he's been playing it, and I was like, whatever. Pretty much rebought the whole game, all the DLCs all at once, and
Dude,
jumped
you're a nice
right back
guy.
in.
You did the same thing with Dark Souls 3 for us.
Yeah.
I mean, Brent is a born shepherd.
But yeah, man. I mean, I jumped back in. Obviously, there was much more there, and I had a decent time for what it was.
It's just such a good shooter.
Sherpa?
Yeah, solid shooter.
A lot of fun with friends too.
Yeah.
I mean, saying that people could stand still for several hours and just shoot into a loot cave, you got yourself a good shooter.
I do remember that.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
Yep.
The days of the Loot Cave and Bullet King.
Oh boy,
Yep.
love me some farming.
Anyway, Brent has been on PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, as we keep mentioning it, because I'm so jealous I cannot. Brent, can you talk to me more about it, please? I love it so much. Tell us stories about
you want you want a story? I got a story that kind of shocked me. I really wasn't expecting this. Eagle, I haven't told you this yet, but pretty much I jumped into a server with a squad. They all died immediately. I don't know what it is about whenever I get into a squad, they all just die or they're AFK.
You got a black thumb, baby.
Oh God, it's horrible. But I'm like going through. It's down to like the last 20 people. I'm hearing shots all around me, and I see like two teams kind of converge on this little short hill in the woods, and I kind of sneak up on them. They take out the other squad, so there's like 6 people left. Me, the squad of 4, and then another dude. They find him, kill him. The circle gets smaller and smaller and smaller until they realize I'm on top of them, but they cannot find me. And take one dude out, throw a couple frags, take another dude out, and now the 2 last guys know where I am. So it's just me versus these 2 guys. And I just ran out of ammo for my AR. Now I have a MAC-10, and they have rifles and scopes and range on me. Take down the other guy. As soon as he goes down, the other guy lights me up. And when I took my hands off my keyboard and mouse, I was shaking. I was like, it was such an adrenaline dump. Like, my hands were shaking. I was sweating. And like, it legitimately affected me physically. And
it's like me at the end of every recording for this show.
Woo! But no, honestly, it shocked me how much it like really did affect my body. Like, I was so nervous but excited, and like I don't know, it really put me through something, and I've never had a video game do something like that to me. That
The
was
hunt for
crazy.
chicken dinner is real.
And
Immersion,
so
bud.
I didn't get my chicken dinner. Still haven't, unfortunately. But I will say, PlayerUnknown's did get some updates. Eagle, I like how excited you are on the sunset. So
It's so pretty.
yeah. So in PlayerUnknown's, they got some new weather effects. There's a dusk version of the map. So like the sun is setting. It's really bright. It can definitely be detrimental if you're, shooting at somebody that's standing in front of the sun. Clear skies or cloudy. It can be pouring down rain, which is very frightening because the rain is deafeningly loud in this game. So there goes all of your audio, and that's very, very big if you want to do well. And they put in a Glock 18, fully automatic Glock. Still haven't seen one in the wild, but
Those have become like by far my favorite videos watching in Battlegrounds. Is just someone lighting up somebody with this pistol, watching just this beautiful stream of shells fly out of the side of it.
yeah, and just
Yeah, it's
red
pretty
mist.
awesome. And then what was the other gun? Like the Garbanzo bean or
Yeah, it's yeah. Some I don't know what it is. It's some Russian PDW or SMG, really fast firing.
it's something like that, like
Mhm.
Garzo or
Nice.
something.
Yeah.
Magic bean.
So again, haven't seen one of those in the wild either. But yeah.
Oh,
So
I can't wait.
they got those updates, and as Jacob is saying, he can't wait because it's coming to consoles. But recently, the devs, I don't know if you guys saw this, kind of blew up the internet for a second. The
Mhm.
devs said they would really look forward to having crossplay on, that would be Xbox and PC. How do you guys feel about that? I know how I feel.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Mucho controversy.
As someone who's on a console and uses a controller, I don't want to play against mouse and keyboard players. That's. I feel like, everybody can argue all day until they're blue in the face, but I feel like there's a big advantage on accuracy and precision with mouse and keyboard. So
For sure.
Now, Skater.
yeah,
just because they're different.
But I mean, like we were
That's the truth,
talking,
though.
Eagle, it would be awesome for, us to be able to play. Obviously, I can just go buy the game again and we can play
Yeah.
on Xbox, but
Yeah.
if I didn't have to do that, it'd be cool. But then what was your solution to that, though, Eagle, if they do have this cross-platform play? Because it will be a big difference. I mean, the mouse and keyboard is just way more responsive than a controller can be.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I there are games that are doing cross-platform stuff. Like we look at Rocket League, which allows PC to Xbox play, and the way they solve that is, first of all, driving being a whole different, ball game.
No, of course.
I'm sure a lot of PC players use controllers on that, but
Mhm.
I was just gonna ask that, Eagle, not to interrupt you, but do you think a lot of people are playing controller on PC for Rocket League or mouse and keyboard?
well,
I
think-
would assume controller.
Yeah, I think, with driving and some flying games and stuff, triggers and joysticks fit that game fit that style of game a whole lot more
Yeah.
than shooters do. Like a FPS or third-person shooter would definitely be much tighter on a mouse and keyboard. Those same controls might be a little bit wonky to try and fly a car in Rocket League with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Controlling speed. Anything that, like, analog, right?
Yeah,
You
Yeah.
know? That
But-
takes more detail.
exactly. The pressure-sensitive triggers and stuff are big help for that.
Sorry for interrupting you. I just
No.
wanted to. I was
But that
curious
whole
about
point
that.
to say the solution Rocket League has come up with is just a simple option in your settings to say, hey, I'm on Xbox. I don't want to play with PC, just Xbox players.
Yeah.
And it won't matchmake you with PC at all. Or
Yeah.
you can enable matchmaking with PC or Xbox. It doesn't matter. You'll get either lobby. And you might find games a little bit faster with that matchmaking turned on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But at least it's there.
So
Sure.
yeah, and so I think that could be a way that Battlegrounds handles that. In that, hey, if me and Brent and Jacob all want to team up, and Brent's using a mouse and keyboard, and like we understand what we're getting ourselves into, fine. But
Mhm.
I do think there should be
Oh,
an
dude, I'll-
option to say like,
I'll take
hey,
on a PC punk any day.
yeah, you get it.
I don't even care if I get my ass kicked.
Yeah. But I think that we're coming closer and closer to the consoles, PC. When I say consoles, I mean those being cross-platform with each other and with the PC. I think we're not that far away from that future to where it doesn't really matter what console you buy or if you have a PC. Everyone will be able to play everything together, and this is
Very
one step
different,
closer.
but same. Same.
Same.
Yeah.
We different, but we same.
Same.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, really is what it is. But yeah, so PlayerUnknown's growing. They got some new weathers, some new weapons. I still, Brent had a great point when we were just chatting about it, I don't know, whenever ago. We were at the old Weed Whacker testing facility. And saying how weather or time progression during the course of a match, I think would be super rad. And I only had that idea because Brent said that he missed it. He missed that aspect from it. Because I think it'd be tight to set whatever amount of hours of progression. Just start at random times a day.
Yeah.
But at some point you're dealing with shooting with somebody at night.
Yeah.
Or twilight or whatever, and you're maybe the game starts at night, and then over the course of the match the sun goes through morning and the sun comes up, but you still have to deal with low light and just difference to the terrain in general. I think that would be awesome. I have no idea if that's hard to do from a coder programmer's sense.
I'm sure.
But do it. Run it.
Right-click, save as all weather, right?
Yeah.
Just click that box, bud. Just click that box.
Do it.
Like, when we were talking, I was saying, how, I wanted a nighttime, or at least to be a little darker, because every single match I've played in, it's in the middle of the day. Obviously, they have, the sunset and everything in here, but it's still insanely bright out. If it got, I'm not even saying pitch black, but reasonably dark in this game, it would totally change up, I feel at least. Maybe not necessarily how everyone plays, but at least how I would feel when it's dark and I'm also running through a field and maybe somebody picked up some night vision goggles.
Dude, that's what I was just gonna say. What happens if it's nighttime? There's a night vision goggle drop.
Oh man, and you're seeing little sparks of shooting across the valley,
or whatever,
or maybe three, it'd be crazy. I mean, that'd be very
Splinter Cell in the bushes.
Yeah, that could get pretty OP pretty quickly, I feel like. But then again,
there are only so many bullets.
Yeah,
I guess. I mean, if you're really good, you stockpile the goggles, and they'd only be good for so long. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry, but yeah, that's that would be rough. I still think it'd be tight though.
Yeah,
I agree.
So, as far as news goes, that's pretty much what we have written down. We can get into the big part of the show this week. Especially with the Steam summer sale still going on. A lot of stuff on the Xbox Marketplace was on sale too, and I perused a little bit because we've been talking a lot about big-time video games that have come out recently and ones that are going to come out.
Yeah.
I spent some time this week with some other ones, some ones that have been out for a little while. They were on sale, so it was kind of an easy decision to make. I bought The Fall, I scooped The Turing Test, and I got Let It Die on PS4.
Ooh, you gotta let it die.
Yeah, and not following suit with these smaller titles that we spent some time with, Eagle picked up Grow Up, which is that the one of the free games with Xbox Gold?
That's on Xbox Games with Gold, along with Kane and Lynch 2.
Oh, Kane and Lynch.
Yeah. So we'll see
I
how that
played the first
is.
one. Yeah, never played the second one. But yeah, so I don't know, Eagle, you had a big streaming day. You can catch him at mixer.com/besteaglealive.
Yeah, man.
Grow Up.
We had fun.
And yeah, you tore right through it, didn't you?
Yeah, big shout out to the field correspondent, Carrie. He shot me a message, was like, hey, Grow Up, big new Games with Gold game. Should stream it. So sure enough, I did. Got a whole bunch of viewers. Shout out to all you guys. King Cheeto Puff. Thank you guys for showing up. That was super tight. But yeah, we played Grow Up, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is a sequel to another game called Grow Home. Done a few years ago, but I'm not familiar with that. Grow Up was my first introduction to it, and you kind of play as this drunk little robot is how the controls feel. But I guess the gameplay hook to it is your right trigger is your right hand, your left trigger is your left hand. That's kind of how you hold on to things and climb, like left and right and left and right. And the whole idea is you've crashed your spaceship on this planet, and you're growing these plants like taller and taller and taller to get up to these high platforms and find pieces of your ship to put it back together. But the gameplay's crazy. Like, I kind of have a fear of heights, and over again this game was triggering it because, you're jumping from branch to branch and you're way high up in the air. A fall will kill you. And with the grabbing mechanic, you're literally jumping and then trying to grab, using the trigger and stuff. So it adds a little bit more of immersion, like, as you're grabbing onto stuff. So I would highly recommend it. It's free for Xbox Gold users, so definitely download that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You should just get Xbox Live anyway if you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's a pretty good deal. I mean, they give away stuff all the time.
Yeah. I remember seeing this at E3 a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think so. It was released
Grow up.
earlier this year, I believe. It came out of Ubisoft.
I love how he has Bud on his chest.
Yeah.
Bud.
Everything's
Sup,
like
bud?
3-letter things. It's Bud and Pod and Mom and yeah. But it's super
Robot
cool.
chests are only so big.
Yeah, it took me like maybe 5 or 6 hours to get through like the whole thing for the most part.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you knocked it out.
Yeah, like it's one of those games that has like 150 crystals to collect, strewn about everything. I finished the game. I had like 30 of them. So like
All right.
I could probably go spend another 10 hours, searching for each one of those. But, as far as the story and, the puzzles and stuff, we knocked those out.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to have
sure.
to give this a try.
Yeah, I'm going to. I was I was spending time with some other stuff this week. As I mentioned before, I got the Fall that's on sale right now for very low price, under the radar price. So check that out. And the Turing test. I'm glad that Eagle made it through here. I'm not going to make you go through it again because you just talked a whole lot about Grub. Let you catch your breath, bud. But the Fall was a very similar experience to me as Grow Up was to you, though I did not stream it. Actually, I did stream it. Yeah. So
Yeah, you
that's
did a little bit. We had some fun in there.
mixer.com/edgystances. Pardon me?
No, I was like, yeah, you did stream it. We had some fun in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Long week at the shingle factory.
Shingle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shingle.
They're really high quality shingles we made.
Double shingles,
Yeah.
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 Snap your shingles.
Yeah.
Do your dance. It effectively erases my brain. So actually, if you do go to mixer.com/edgystances, you should see some videos of the Fall and me being a goof, figuring stuff out, because I always overanalyze way too much. And
Yes.
Fortunately, the Fall is a game for you if you're like me. I blazed through this one too. It would probably take you about, not really the sharpest guy, but took me about, I would say 5 hours.
Now this is kind of like
6 hours.
like an adventure, like kind of puzzler, right? Like
Yeah. First off, I did not know that this was part 1 of 3. So
Yeah.
there's kind of a spoiler right there. So just because I got through it, it's because it's a part. I don't really know how I feel about that. I don't even know if it really matters. I do know that this was a Kickstarter title, and if you donated, then you got your name listed at the end with the credits. It's
that's cool.
pretty kooky, but you kind of get the idea of it at the end. I don't want to talk your ears off, but do y'all know the premise of the Fall at all?
No, not at all.
Hit me up.
Okay. You are an exosuit. I say exosuit just, like you're like a mechanical suit that's, like your Master Chief's armor, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in charge of the dude that's in, or girl, that's inside of, you're like, piloting you. This person is unconscious, so you're taking the role of this AI that's in your suit to preserve the pilot, and you're trying to find medical aid. And you have to jump through hoops to do this, and also challenge what would be your protocols as a computer. And, it's all metaphor latent, completely dripping with metaphor.
Yes.
And,
God, this sounds
The whole
right up your
idea.
alley.
Yeah, I do tend to like the kooky and the thought-provoking.
Yeah.
I think thinking is my biggest hobby. Do it a little too much. But it's But it's a puzzle game, but not in the sense of like The Witness, how you would walk up in The Witness to a panel and like here's the puzzle on this panel.
Mm-hmm.
The experience of getting to the medical area is kind of the puzzle in itself. It's about thinking obtusely to these situations that kind of get in your way. You're making your way through this facility and you encounter the guarding AI of it, and it helps you by saying the best way to get to where you want to go is you have to go through this diagnostic area of this lab and prove that you're a good domestic housekeeper bot.
Mm-hmm.
You have to figure out how to pass these 8 tests to do so. And like I said, thinking outside of the box is what will get you through here. It's not about isolated puzzle instances.
Mm-hmm.
Item pickups, order of operations of doing things, logic, like real-time, like logic, like that kind of wins in this game.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the cadence that I saw, like playing through, I haven't finished the game yet. I've played a couple hours of it, and it was a lot of like layered puzzles to the fact of like, oh, I found a door, it needs a key. Like, oh, I saw a key down here, but I couldn't reach it. So I need something to help me reach a key to get here to open this door. As you kind of meander your way like back and forth through these levels, looking for these solution to the layered puzzles.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I think I'm getting it right when I say that that's, kind of like the Metroid feel.
Yeah, totally.
To it, like your environment's kind of controlled by what you found and if that can get you access. I mean, like I was saying before, this wasn't the type of puzzler that was about walking up to an interface and doing an isolated puzzle on the spot, then like jumping back into the universe that serves only as transportation or delivery between challenges. In this game, the progress is the puzzle. The objective is the challenge, and you combine logic and finding items. And this game had me on the rocks at first, but then I got sucked in, and like 4 hours of my life were burnt up. And yeah.
Well, that's cool. So all in all, you did like it? It was pretty cool?
Oh, for $2? For $2? Do it,
nice.
dude. Yeah, scoop it. Do it with your girlfriend. Have a good time.
Whoa.
Or boyfriend. Do what you do. It was fun. And, like Kickstarter games, I want to give them money if they actually get out. Like if they actually get released.
Get a good working product out there.
Yeah. I wish it was a little bit longer. It's part 1 of 3. I want to play the other 2 just because I made it through this one. And you really do feel accomplishment because you feel like, hella smart.
Now, is part 2 and 3, are those out? Or
Dude,
are they?
No idea.
Okay.
No idea, man.
Gotcha.
Like, I couldn't really find a whole lot of stuff.
It's like Frog
I
Fractions.
tried.
They're just hiding in another game. We just haven't found it yet.
I mean, I'll give it another quick check Google. I mean, it was made by Over the Moon Games, and that's
what we know. That's where we're at.
That's pretty much.
Well,
yeah, I'm seeing a release window, which is, just kind of sounds like spinny kind of talk, but I don't want to talk myself into a hole not knowing. Well, I'll try and put it in the liner notes if I find a good date on that. Regardless, play the first one. It's out. It's dope. It's cheap. Cop it. The other one that I got for cheap as well, which is definitely worth it, especially for Portal heads out there, like Eagle and Brent and I.
It's like
the Turing test.
Portal.
This game!
Hey, can I stop you real quick? Just a
Yeah.
heads up. The Fall Part 2 Unbound is available Q3 2017.
Well, there you have it.
There we go.
Thank you,
There
Brent.
we go.
Good research. So why does the Turing test have you all worked up over there, Jake?
Because I can't play it. I got so sick to my stomach 3 times.
Yeah,
Ew,
so
is that gory?
Forcing it. I don't know. I'm going to get through it. I just couldn't get it done by the time we recorded today.
so that's
Thankfully, Scott was able to get through it. What were you saying, Brad? I'm sorry.
That's so strange to me because it looks, well, I mean, at least just from the little gameplay and the pictures I've seen from it, it looks like really a lot like Portal. And
It looks just like Portal.
and you love Portal. So
spoiler alert, it feels like it too.
Oh yeah?
And but I don't know what it is that triggers me. I mean, I'm just an inverted dude trying to, take a test.
And to
here.
make it clear, it's probably something like the movement gets you nauseous. Like it's not
Yeah.
parts of the
Yeah,
game
it's-
that get you
it's-
sick.
It's something with the looking up and down and the looking right and left being like different speeds.
Yeah.
That I think always kind of gets to me.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
I don't know. My brain just notices something wrong and wants to shut down.
Well, yeah,
It sucks.
I picked up the baton on this one, and very similar to Grow Up with the Turing test, I kind of sat down, streamed it, and basically beat it in one sitting. Had to come back the next morning and finish up a couple levels, but yeah, it is totally like Portal meets Ex Machina, the movie, and that's what you're playing as. Because if I'm not mistaken, the Turing test, like in real life, the actual Turing test itself is the test to give somebody to tell if they can tell who they're talking with is computer, like AI, or a real human.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so as you play through this Turing test game, it's basically structured a lot like Portal is, in which you have like these puzzle rooms. You know, you enter a room, one door locks, you have to figure out the puzzle to exit the room, and so on and so forth. But some of the cool things that the Turing test does is, first of all, it has a neat story. You have this AI who's kind of squawking in your head the whole time, and not to reveal too much of the story, but it's kind of one of those things. It pits people against each other. Who do you trust?
Mm-hmm.
Do you trust this AI who's trying to help you, or do you try and trust the other, I guess, astronauts, humans who seem to be on a different side? And there's a lot of like little bits of story, like audio logs and picking up little items and learning about people as you progress through all these crazy puzzles. But just like Portal, you have this gun to where you don't make portals, but you can kind of control.
Borrow power.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of their controlling mechanisms for this game.
Yeah, it's like, this door opens and closes because it has this orb of energy, so you can suck it out of that door and put it in another door and open it, and that's where the puzzles kind of start to get their complexity, is, using perspective and different sight lines to, get through the puzzles. It's pretty neat.
So portally.
Yeah.
It's Portal without portals, which is, I guess, nothing at all.
Cool.
Is that
Well, I was just thinking about what Portal without portals would be, like what the name would be on the box.
just a,
blank.
just a gray cover?
I mean, the game looks great, too. And it's got that spooky, ominous, you're in an empty place, you got to figure out what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what I'm getting from it. Is there a real sense of solidarity?
No, not so much. They varied up a little bit with game mechanics. Later on in the game, you get like a robot of whom you can kind of take over his body and drive him around while you stand still as another layer to puzzles. Moving both of you around. And then you do come across other things. Not to spoil the gameplay because it's kind of the fun in it. But yeah, so there is this like creepy vibe to it. Because it's that unsettling, unsure feeling of like there's some weird stuff going on here, but I don't have a grasp of it.
Yeah.
Is it quiet? Looks like a quiet game.
It can be.
Podcast game for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'll say the general flow of the game is enter a room, get a line of dialogue, finish the room, get another line of dialogue. So yeah. While you're chunking away at the puzzles, it's total, get some retro synthwave music or, a nice chill
It's just
podcast.
you and your thoughts, bud.
Yeah.
Totally. But all in all, awesome story, cool ending. Just like Portal, it has those moments in the puzzles in which you solve it and you're like, I feel like I'm cheating the game, but you figure it out and you're like, that was totally the way. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, thumbs up, thumbs down. We don't really do reviews here. We just talk about the stuff we love. We don't really have a rating system. We just, what do you want to call it, Eagle?
I'd give it 2 semi-sore thumbs up.
Semi-sores.
Semisonic, yeah. Semisonic thumbs.
Just semi-sonic thumbs.
Yeah, it's on sale right now for, how much was it? Like $10 or something like that?
It's different prices on different platforms. I really think it was on sale on Microsoft or on the Xbox store to reflect the Steam sale.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think on Steam it's $8. I'm pretty sure I bought it for $6 on the Xbox Marketplace.
Yeah, I think you are correct because that was one that was cheaper on the Xbox
And
Marketplace.
I guess it's platforms up to you if you want the mouse and keyboard advantage.
The collector's edition is $9.58 on Steam sale right now.
Ooh,
cool.
I wonder what comes with the collector's edition.
Maybe some more puzzles. But yeah, I think that price is super worth it. It's a nice short experience. I think it took me like 6 or 7 hours. Knock it out on a weekend or something like that. I'd definitely recommend it for sure.
It's a really good looking game, at least.
Oh, it's pretty.
Graphics looks nice.
Yeah.
Bonfire side game right there, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looked great, and the music was dope. I would just get sick to my stomach, and I would have to lay down, shut my eyes. Oh,
That's awful. It's a shame.
yeah. I even turned the sensitivity down to like 0.
Yeah.
See if
But
you guys can
whatevs.
get through it without feeling ill.
Another, yeah. Let me know if
Step up.
if you get ill with the Turing test. It means I'm a robot. I failed the Turing test.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what it
That's what
is.
it is.
You just can't.
Yeah, I'm
play it.
really a robot. I'm a barfing robot.
If you only knew how semi-accurate you are.
Speaking of mouse and keyboard, I'm joining the PC Master Race with I don't know if my computer can run it, but I'm scoop papers, please.
Wait,
Papers,
did
please.
you do it?
Yeah, I got it.
Nice.
I got it. I haven't played it yet though. I got to get a new graphics card.
Hey, I got an extra one laying around.
Got my
Oh,
GTX
good.
1080 to run papers, please.
Need a 4.9er XX 420 dank.
No scope XX. No.
Yeah, XX no scope. It's pretty sweet.
what's
Hopefully my
this
computer
game?
will run it.
It's like your Border Patrol fantasy? Is this what you wanted to about?
It's Alpine Border Patrol fantasy. Sorry, dude. I gotta work bad company in there if I can. If I can.
You got it, bro.
Here comes the immigrants. 1, 2, 3. I honestly don't know what Papers, Please is. Really. I haven't booted it up yet. I just heard. Again, I'm a fan of the games with huge amount of personality.
Yeah.
And so I was hella intrigued. And again, I'm just sitting here talking about Steam Summer Sale so much. They need to hire me right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, get your Valve shirt on.
hella
Sponsor
cheap.
us.
Hella cheap. So do it. What I really wanted to get at was, and I don't want to cut anybody off, but another game that I picked up that is, I don't know what I did. Like, I don't know what this is exactly. It's called Let It Die. I got it
boy.
on the PlayStation 4. Just let it die.
Oh, boy. Come here,
Gotta
Uncle
let it
Death.
die.
Sit on my knee. Let me tell you a story.
Yeah, speaking of stuff. Speaking of stories, can I talk about this for just a minute, boys? It's
Yeah.
like one of my
Oh,
topics for this
Please,
show.
I really want to hear.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, because please ask me questions because, dude, this is so much information. I don't even know. Like, I couldn't create anything. I couldn't write anything up to be able to just say it because it's just blah.
Yeah.
There's just so much going on in this game.
Dude, the few videos I've watched, it's been like, and you can fight this, and then I got to this level,
Yeah.
and there was this boss, and I was building up my base, and then I defended this, and I was like, whoa, what? Like, this game seems all over the place, man.
Dude, buddy, this game is banana sandwich. I mean, where to begin? This game is a beautiful and unique snowflake.
That'd be a
To say
good
the
way to
least.
describe it.
Yeah, I've been hacking away at it for about the past week, and it's actually got me pretty interested. Excuse me. It's pretty complicated. I mean, honestly, right off the bat, it's pretty obvious why I noticed it. The essentials are that it has this very distinct combat mechanic that I've been finding in a lot of my favorite games lately. So it's really no surprise that I would feel somewhat comfortable immediately when picking this game up.
And this
you
mechanic
die,
is the
you
game
lose
being
everything.
mean.
Yeah, just really just mean to you. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Souls-like, I guess, is what I would just have to say.
Yeah.
Let's just
right
accept
bumper
it.
to hit,
You just
that
have
kind of
to.
thing. Yeah, it's not terribly. It's not as deep as those kinds of games have gotten into it, but where it gets its learning curve is all the different systems that it has going on at the same time.
Yeah.
Let It Die is just a mishmash of all kinds of different concepts thrown into one. The main objective is to climb this tower. And as you climb the tower, it gets more difficult. You need more items, you need more abilities, and you need further progression up, higher, more and more bonfires to make things easier for you. If you die, you go fight yourself to get your stuff back.
I think that is so rad, by the way. That is such a cool concept.
It is pretty rad. But get this, on top of all that, the thing about it is Let It Die is free.
Yeah.
But there are all kinds of places to spend actual money, actual ports to it. And before you get mad at me and before, I will say, for being a free game with payment options, I haven't played every, freemium game that's out there.
Yeah.
But this one does not seem like it's just trying to sneak its hand into my pocket all the time.
Yeah.
Well, what kind of things does it have you pay for? Like continue style, tickets
Yes.
or
That and perks such as death medals. You collect these, or you can buy big packs of them. They give you buffs. They're literally like stickers you just put on yourself, like your y'all
Like a
ever see
laptop
Mystery
from the
Men?
95?
That movie Mystery Men back in the day.
Yeah.
Greg Kinnear as he had all the logos on him
Yeah.
as that superhero, kind of like that.
Uh-huh.
And also it's just a way to get through. Like sometimes. Oh, see what I'm saying? It's so hard to describe this. You have an elevator that is kind of the centralized elevator that can take you all the way up to the top of the tower, depending on how much you've unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
On every level, the further away you get from the elevator, the better the prizes that you get. It really teases that risk and reward type of feel.
Right.
But it's more challenging.
Mm-hmm.
And the more chance you have to not really be close enough to make your progress back. There's some in-game currency called kill coins that you rack up with every kill. Now, if you die, you have a couple choices. You respawn back in your base, but you start a new fighter entirely.
Like you
have,
lose
like-
that character that you were using,
Yeah,
right?
perma-death. It's done, bro. Let it die, okay? But you have a couple options, all right? I guess it's just natural progression, just branching out from there. So you die, okay, you have that choice, or you pay 50 cents to respawn on the spot that you died. That may seem a little bit cheesy, but you got to think about it. The whole thing is kind of centered around playing this game in an arcade. You're at an arcade machine called Let It Die, all right? So you die, you put in your quarters for continue. Keep in mind that, like, say you're playing a boss. If you get taken down in the middle of that boss battle and you pay to be revived, all the damage that you've done, everything is the same. You can still carry on through that boss. It'll just cost you money. Or
now
you
you're
play
talking like real life 50
Real.
cents.
real 50 cents. Yeah, that it's hooked up to your PS4.
PS4. Yeah.
Yeah.
You put the quarters
That
in
might
your
be
PS4.
scary to some people. That's all your prerogative. I'm just here to tell you about a free game.
Yeah.
Because for everybody used to this type of playing, you already know what it's like to get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
So, if you die, if you got to start over, you go, and if you find the spot where you died before, it's not about just picking up your blood stain or anything like that. You have to fight yourself with all yourself that's equipped with all of your former equipment, abilities, all that good stuff. You have to fight him to get it back.
With
I
now
think that
nothing.
Beat him down.
Now you have
Oh, yeah.
nothing to fight him with, right?
Well, that's one of the mechanics of the game, because when you're in your home base, you're surrounded by services. You have a merchant, you have a storage box, you have a freezer, okay?
Mhm.
Inside this freezer are fighters that you've reclaimed from the past. This works as a mechanic, kind of like, remember how the assassins worked in the older Assassin's Creed games?
Mm-hmm.
How you can send them on missions?
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is kind of like that. All of your past bodies you can send out on exhibition modes. They can go hunt people down, or they can hunt down items for you.
Oh.
These items are brought back. You can put them into your storage. So if you have multiple pipes and all that, save them in your storage for your new fighters that you no doubt have to bring out. And if you find blueprints, you can manufacture that and have that access to that item that you really like in the merchant store.
Huh.
Every time that you spawn for kill coins, for money.
Right.
But naturally, these are going to be rando drops. But if you get that blueprint, you're good. There's a lot of, like I said, it's a really deep system. Even in terms of your health. There's no like Estus flask or blood vials or vital injections or anything like that. Everything's kind of done through these mushrooms, right? And you eat them, or you put them in your bag, or you take them back. Okay, so like you take them back to your home base and you cook them. When you cook them, you double their beneficial effects, and then you put that in storage. See, everything's pretty deliberate about planning what you're going to be doing next.
Yeah.
And it's
And
kind of
then
like
saying F you when you try and execute it, because you know what? You may not be able to have played for a couple days. You come back to that level that you were at, and the rooms are different.
mm-hmm.
They just pull that out from under you. But you can play this to farm. You can play it to grind. You can just run it. If you're quick, the enemies are fast and they'll follow you forever. But you can run through it and just try and get to the top of that tower, because this is, for being a free game, it's not one of those ones that are supposed to go on forever. There's an objective to end the game.
Well, it seems like they're doing the right thing and not hiding like content behind like a paywall. It's just they're giving you like quality of life for money. Like quick respawns and, maybe getting levels or upgrades faster.
Yeah.
Which, I think is smart, because I have no trouble paying for a game. It's just like, I hate when they hide things behind like stamina, you can only play this game so much today or pay this. And,
I used to really be a big fan of, I'm going to sound dumb, but Zookeeper DX, where you fight people like on the internet and stuff too. It's kind of like Puzzle Fighter and stuff. But yeah, you can exhaust your amounts of playtime. And yeah, I know the game's free and all that, but I don't know. I guess I don't want to get involved in that kind of conversation, that ethics thing. But
well, like you say, I think this game takes a little bit more creative approach with like the whole arcade machine, and you're fighting this tough enemy, or you're almost there, and it's like, I died, and it dangles that little like, hey, you just want to continue. Just like the old school games where it's like continue, 10, 9, 8. Yeah. It's like, Mom, give me the quarters. I'm not playing. Yeah. Get over here.
And, you are in control, unless you're somebody who's not. But, this game's not for you if that's the case.
Right.
We all have our vices. But you can play it without, dare I say you can play it. I haven't beaten it. But I'm pretty sure you can play this without spending any real money on it. It's just, it's going to take a little while.
Yeah.
Like I said, the combat isn't as deep as a Dark Souls game. You don't have a, evade strike.
Mm-hmm.
You have R1, you have L1. Your left D-pad, the left arrow on the D-pad rotates between what you're holding in your left hand, right, respectively.
Mm-hmm.
Right on the D-pad, respectively. Your weapons are fleeting. Okay, especially in the beginning. They break after just a couple uses. But again, like I said before, the blueprints can be obtained, and then loved items can be recreated as your runs become more developed and you know what you're doing. It's a little fickle to find the materials, though.
Mm.
You might have to go on long expeditions to find the materials that you're looking for specifically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Jacob, when we were at the Samore disassembly plant, and you were talking to Jeremy, didn't he say that
Man, I wanted him to come on the show.
he hasn't spent any money on it?
No.
Oh,
he said he has not spent any money on it.
Right. And how was he as far as you, not as far further?
He's further than I am.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was trying to find out every little bit
about
this at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But, you have to start new fighters, though. You're not going to stick with one throughout the entire game.
Right.
There's a cap on their abilities.
Right.
Yeah.
I was just saying, so, like, it is possible to not spend money, like... It's not an...
Oh, yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. And the game is so charming, too. It has so much personality, man. This guy, Uncle Death, is one of my favorite characters I've encountered in a video game so far.
He is neat.
Yeah, he's funny. It's, it's a little accidental funny, but I find it funny, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just felt like I talked my head off about this game, and I'm so paranoid that I've missed something. There's seriously so much going on in this game. I think it's totally worth it for free. It might piss you off. I'm sorry if it does. These games aren't for everybody. But if you like this type, I think it's dope. Tight and dope. There's my reviewing metric.
If you have a PS4.
Yeah. Sorry. If you have a PS4, PC too, I think. Oh man, I'm gonna have to. Dude, I'm fact checking myself all over the place.
It's
I'm gonna
not.
say PS4 only.
Yep. I've looked.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I do want to play it though.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, Gung Ho online. Check it out. Watch some Twitch videos on it, because you'll see that like I'm more articulate than I seem right now in IRL in real life. If you watch the video of this, like, you tell me how you boil it down to 5 minutes worth of talking and explain this game to somebody. But I think it's incredible as far as the value that you get for it. There's a lot of love dumped into it, and stuff like this that I think that I look for when I'm trying to find a game.
Dude, that's awesome. I agree. It looks neat. I wish I could play it. But I will wait for your stories of triumph in the Tower of Barbs. Is that what it's called?
Yep, the Tower of Barbs. Yeah, like, what else do I need to say? I mean, there was a catastrophe. Everything got ripped apart. Tectonic uprisings and geological stuff, and I guess towers raise up out of the ground.
That's what happens, dude.
Yep,
Yeah.
And you're playing this game on a Beetle-powered death drive.
Yep.
In an arcade somewhere.
Yeah. History repeats itself.
I like the dude with the cool fro who gives you tips.
Winds of change. Sorry, I'm trying to be deep too, like the old crow.
Oh, Confucius say.
Indeed. Man, I just noticed where we're at in time. I hope I did not talk that entire time about Let It Die.
Yeah, you've been talking for an hour straight.
Oh my god, that would explain the sweat.
Yeah, it's getting serious.
Boys, I'm tapped on my topic. Sorry to dominate all the time there.
No.
What do we got? We still got our overachievers to get to, right?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Any other news from the Eagle? We talked about Grow Up. Oh, no. Let's talk about Wildlands for a second.
Oh, yeah.
Because you just had a very substantial achievement today as well.
Yeah,
with that Eagle.
I'll cover it too quick. We'll do a segment maybe next week or something on it. But this week I finished up Wildlands, Ghost Recon Wildlands. Actually, this morning, to be quite honest, that game was super cool. It's a massive game. I could probably sink another 100 hours into it, finding all the collectibles and doing all the missions. But finish up the main storyline. It was pretty cool, satisfying ending. The neat thing I thought about it, though, was it really simplified the way you can experience the multiple endings, because the game has a couple different multiple endings, and basically the requirements are pretty straightforward. It's finish all the story missions or do the ending mission early. Like, it'll pop up a little bit halfway through your career in the game, and you can just go tackle it whenever you want. But there's a different mission for completing all the missions and then going there last. But no matter which way you do it, when you finish the game, after it shows you the credits and stuff, it basically puts you back in front of that mission and lets you replay it to get the other ending if you want to.
That's so nice of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, so I don't have to go to
just
YouTube.
dumping you into the game.
Exactly. So I thought that was really cool. It was a really neat ending. I thought they did some interesting work with the story and how they structured a lot of the missions with that kind of big network of bosses to take down like different aspects of the cartel. I thought that was really neat.
Yeah. Kind of like a whole Mega Man take on it.
I just wish I could have absorbed their powers.
I wish I could have a gun for a hand.
I wish there was a Woodman.
Doesn't
cartel
sound right
boss.
when you say it out loud.
No, it doesn't.
What'd you say, Scott? I'm sorry.
Nothing of any importance. It was probably done.
It's recorded, bud. People don't forget.
Crap.
We'll find out soon enough.
I edit this show. It's gone. You'll never hear it.
All right, bud. Wah, 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 wah. Are we going? Well, here, let me say real quick before we roll into overachievers, for a little bit of clarity. I decided to tell the boys here that I would love to talk a little Skate 3, because I was thrilled to find it backwards compatible on the Xbox One. Recently being a few months back, but I only get on it every now and then. And so I found myself really just wondering if there was ever going to be a fourth one, and then wondering what the achievements look like on this. And I hollered at old Eagle, And turns out Brandon's familiar with Skate 2. And listeners, if anybody out there is into this game, please let us know because this game is tight.
Yes, we all love Skate. And I think all
who
for
doesn't?
different reasons, too.
Word?
Yeah, I think
What's
so.
yours?
Well, like, I liked, checking off the boxes. Like, going around the map, doing the challenge, owning the spot, beating the pro, doing that kind of stuff. And, when, me and Jacob first became friends, I see him on the couch sitting at one rail trying to nail a laser flip to a backside blunt side. It's like, so, like, you're just going to do this all day? It's like, well, yeah, I'm going to get this trick
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, and then we'll go play Skate because he's talking about real life right now. He's talking about real
Yeah.
life. That's real life. And then we go play Skate after I land that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But
Friendship.
yeah, I think you played a little bit, differently than I, which is cool that the game supports like, that kind of sandboxy feel of, whatever you're kind of feeling.
Yeah, that's what I was always about. It was just therapy. Just kind of turn on a podcast because I'm OG podcast listener. Bud, what up? What up, Nori? What up, Coast to Coast?
Oh,
Astronomy Cast.
Shout
go.
out! Wow.
Yeah,
what up, last podcast?
boy. What's up? Yeah, there you go, Bud. What up?
What up? What up?
Cave Comedy Radio.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah, I would just turn on podcasts and just like, it was just kind of about controller passing for me.
Yeah.
Me and my buds would get on and just like, if you biffed, like, don't get salty. You shouldn't have been doing stupid shit. Hand off the controller.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
I don't know how
yeah,
many
and then-
afternoons we spent at the what was the park? Danny Way's park?
oh, the expansion pack. Trying to pull off Manny Darky house.
Dude, dark flip to front flip to landing in a
Off
manual. Yeah. Jeez. Ridiculous.
Yeah, dude. And then we went to go play Skate. What about you, Brent?
Well, I mean, I started skateboarding when I was like 9, and it took over like a lot of my life until probably my mid-20s. Well, that's where I am, but up until like I would say a couple of years ago, so it was probably like 22 is when I really slowed down on skating, and I don't do it much anymore. And me and my buds would go to the skate park, skate all day. Night would come, shut down, go home, and pretty much can keep skating, but do it a little more efficiently, and was a little better at the game than I was actually on the board. But yeah, man, I mean, skating's been in my life since I can literally remember, and I vividly remember playing Skate 1. First time I think I downloaded the demo, and when I realized I was using the joystick and I actually had to do a kickflip with my thumb and not just like up arrow then X,
Yeah.
blew my mind. Like I was like,
dude, it
this
was
is the
so
greatest
tough
thing
to
ever.
learn.
And just realizing that you have to kind of teach yourself these tricks that you know how to do in real life, but now on this little micro scale with your thumb. But it's like really complex. You can't just, you're not going to be doing tray flips as soon as you pick up the controller.
Oh,
Tray
no.
flipping.
So that
Yeah.
other like, discipline to being able to nail these tricks and learning to skate all over again, but in a much more realistic way, I guess you could say. Unlike the Tony Hawks, it literally blew my
Yeah,
mind.
you definitely could say that. Like, one of the biggest things to learn in Skate after coming off of Tony Hawk is, like, speed is not the key.
Yeah.
That was what I had to break myself of, like, so hard.
Yep.
Yeah, to do the best tricks, you don't go fast. You have to go slow to get the most out of your ollie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like I would sit there, pushing for 20, 25 times, with this thought in my head, like I might be going faster. And it's like, nah, like 2-3 pushes, you're
Yeah,
at
you're
your
capped,
maximum
bro.
speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so, I mean, we could sit here and talk about Skate 3 for hours. But, it's well known in the community that we need to make EA skate again. What are some things that you want to see in Skate 4? Like if they ever picked this back up?
Well, go ahead, Brent.
I would say a better the tranny system, and when I say tranny, I mean transition, like mini ramps or half pipes, things like that.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be more refined. Just to literally do little small, like like Tic Tacs, 50/50 stalls, Smiths, like reverts. Like I like to just skate mini ramps now. So that a little more refined, because pretty much everything else, in my opinion, is like spot on, other than the tranny part.
Because you
the
pretty
skates.
much get locked into a lane.
Yeah, it feels kind of
when you
weird.
do transfer
Really
it, it kind of seems like this like buggy animation of like
Yeah, it's like, oh, wall ride, oh, regular ride.
like one plane to the next.
Yeah, so that I like always try to nail down, and I was like, okay, it's just not made to be super accurate with this. So that man, I would love that.
What about you, Jake?
I like Skate 2 and Skate 3 the same, but for different reasons. And it's kind of like with Skate 4, what I would want is a mix of the two. Because like Skate 3 was great because they took it to the next level to your ability and added more things to do with your fingers, which is already, Skate is already technical enough as it is.
Yeah.
Right.
It's impossible to explain, but since we're doing this on a show, I feel like I should give a quick rundown really quick. Like the buttons represent your hands on respective sides of your body. And hands and feet. You'll have the X button, which represents your left foot, your A button, which represents your right. You choose which one forward. You choose which one to push with.
Yeah.
Your left trigger is your left hand. Your right trigger is your right hand. You're just having to do these things in real time as if you were moving your body on a board to be able to manipulate it. And so that gets really even more intense when you go into Skate 3 and they introduce things like dark flips with the bumper, which is awesome. Just more stuff to do. Some slides, dark slides, new tricks, all that stuff. But what you lose in Skate 3 is the open world of Skate 2. In Skate 3, you have to choose areas and they warp you there, kind of like a Monster Hunter kind of thing. Whereas in Skate 2, you can turn it on and you just go through the city.
Yeah, it's
and
more
you spend
seamless.
a whole day out there. And as we just said, we like it for different reasons. For me, I don't have a lot of achievements in the campaign. I would just turn it on.
Right.
Because my favorite thing about Skate is the Skate 2 demo. I could run slappies for hours, dude.
It reminds me of Tony Hawk Pro Skater's demo. Like I played
the
hundreds of
warehouse.
hours in the warehouse, but I didn't care for the game. I just wanted the demo.
In 2-minute
I
increments.
just like playing it. I mean, I want to give them my money because I love Skate. But anyway, for Skate 4, I would love the ability for the tricks. I mean, it doesn't even have to look that much better, just the processing power. So the chug-a-lug would go away, and maybe make some stuff feel smoother, because Skate, it's about feel. You don't have to impress me with the visuals as much.
Yeah.
Keep it going with the tech. Keep it going with the simulation. And then please make it open world, because I don't like a break and flow. I can never decide where I want to skate. I just want to happen upon things.
Yeah.
Hitting a wall was always kind of like frustrating in there. Like, oh man, dead end.
Yeah.
Like
and it challenges your brain, because it's like there is no wall here. There's just the street's end.
Yeah.
Like everything ends in a cul-de-sac.
Fire
It
that
doesn't make
city
sense.
planner.
Yeah, that's real. Yeah, for me, the two things I want added are bicycles and guns.
I think that's called Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah. Bullet time and robotic dinosaurs.
No, but to be serious, one thing that I've always wanted in Skate is more of like ground tricking, like flatland style.
Freestyle.
Some primos in there, bud.
Freestyle skating. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's some dabs here and there, but to have that, just like Brent was saying about the transition system, is to maybe blow that out a little bit more. And I totally agree with you, Jake. To have a open world again, that was definitely something that Skate 2 had above Skate 3.
I think it's really important.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm the only one that like to just zone out and use it therapeutically.
Yeah,
for sure.
totally.
Absolutely. That's the thing that really, really amazed me about these games the most, because that's what skating in real life is. That exactly. And it was really beautifully and almost purely captured in these video games. Phenomenal.
Yeah. Hashtag make EA skate again.
Yeah, I can't understand, the decisions being made, and I'm sure they're very logical, but I feel like Skate 4 would be a huge hit with people.
Yeah, I mean, is it not
it.
in development? I know we haven't heard anything, but like
there,
it just
there was a teaser troll tweet
yeah,
sent out.
yeah, I remember.
Well, so we've got to realize EA is a huge company as well,
Yeah,
and
of course.
last year they
and they're
did
just
give
the
us
publisher, I think.
they did give us Mirror's Edge Catalyst, which last year the community's been raving for another Mirror's Edge game, and they gave it to us, and I won't
People
shy
didn't
away.
like it.
Yeah, it wasn't perfect, so, and it apparently did not sell well for them either, so maybe there's some hesitation to the vocal minority of this community, for people saying they want it, but
yeah.
Will the millions buy it that they need? But hopefully they'll pull it out. It's
Well, with the advent of VR and all that, I just think there's a lot of opportunity.
totally.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And like I'm just saying, it's almost coming on a decade. It came out in 2010.
Shoo!
It's 27
I'll make-
7 years.
I'll
with
make
nothing.
you feel old.
Yikes!
Yeah.
Well, on that note of all of us becoming senior citizens with that information, let's move into overachievers.
Yeah, for sure.
So, this week we took a look at Skate 3, and in this segment of the show, we like to pull up the achievements. This time they're on Xbox for the rarity, so we can see, what percentage of gamers that own this game have completed some of these achievements. So, we'll look at some of the most common and the rarest, of course. So, let's get started with the first achievement you'll unlock, employee number 1. That's to start your team.
We're talking about Skate, by the way, right? This is what this Overachievers is?
Yeah,
Skate
Skate 3,
3,
baby.
Gotcha. Skate 3 on Xbox
360.
in general.
Yeah, it's
360, I guess, would be fair.
Yep.
Because it's the emulator even
Yeah.
in one.
Yeah, it's the backwards compatible version.
Pushes up glasses.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so the first achievement that you'll get, and the most common one, is employee number 1, which is to start your skate team.
Nice.
Now, shockingly enough, that only 69.43% of players have even got that far.
And
I think you have to do that to get past the characters screen, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The character creation.
Yeah, I think so.
that boggles my mind. How? I guess
A lot of copies of this game have been sold and not progressed in.
clearly.
I don't know.
Not even copies sold and put into the Xbox,
Played, apparently,
turned
yeah.
on, and then just never again.
30% of y'all made a mistake.
Yeah.
It's a great game.
But just
haven't
to move on a little bit to some tricking scores, we have the achievement for Trick Spammer, which is to run a 30,000 point trick line.
Hell yeah.
That's a pretty substantial line there, I'm going to say myself.
Mm.
But that has
We've
been...
all got it.
Huh?
We've all got it, right?
We've all got it, baby. You don't want my
Yeah.
manuals. But that's been completed by 20.50% of players, so pretty rare one.
It's
out
tough.
there.
Eagle makes a great point. Pro tip on that. Man. Oh. Mooch, if you hear this, manual god. Well, digital manual god. I haven't seen him do it in real life. Though I'm sure he can. He would pull off this insane trick, just land in manual. And when you do that in Skate, you keep your bonus counter going.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about doing, 30,000 tricks in a straight line. Your bonuses build, and you're just like, more money, more money, more money. In the form of points.
So yeah, keep that ×3 combo up, baby.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
It's combo time.
So on the other side of the fence a little bit, we've got the achievement, Did Somebody Get a Boo-Boo? And that is to complete a 75,000 point bail.
So silly. So silly.
Could you explain how how the bail system works? The Thrasher bail
Yeah,
system.
the Hall of Meat.
Yeah.
Dude,
a
I
way to
was
hold
I
it.
was obsessed when I first found this, and then I turned it off.
Yeah.
Because it would just make everything take forever.
Yeah.
Well, so when you bail on your board or, fall and crash and stuff like that, the game has like an engine to where it notifies you which bones and joints that you've hurt and broken. So if you
It
have
shows you too.
Oh, yeah. Like that cool X-ray vision.
Oh, and the Xbox gets up and breaks them in real life too.
That's why my hands are all gnarled.
Yeah, but I mean, you see yourself getting just rolled up like a burrito,
Yeah.
or like just perfect scorpion, pure scorpion,
Yeah.
across the the gravel,
Mm-hmm.
and they would give you points based on your biff.
Yeah. So if you got 75,000 points of them, you'd get this achievement along with 34.75% of gamers. So not too bad. Good amount of people have extremely bailed in that game.
Yeah.
Extremely bailed. Y'all should be proud of yourselves.
Yeah. And this next achievement, the people that got this probably got about 75,000 points of damage. That's the 100% pure adrenaline achievement, which is to fly spread eagle for 10 seconds.
I'm sure that landed them directly into the other achievement.
Yeah, that's
sure.
real. Whole body broken.
Man, wasn't there only like 1 point on this map?
I remember watching a YouTube video and doing it like at the mega ramp. Yeah, like having to jump off
mega
and
ramp.
bail.
I always saw it on like the trail up in the mountains,
Yeah,
which eventually leads you to the mega ramp. But
yeah, maybe the same thing. But
oh wait, the indoor one or the outdoor one?
outdoor.
Yeah, same.
But that was completed by only 6.63% of gamers.
Well, it's tough. There aren't that many high points on that place.
No. 10 seconds is a long time to fall in that game.
Seriously.
In old Port Carverton.
So they only really had one trick achievement, which was surprising, and that was to don't be so mayo. And that's to land a miracle whip, which is a super dude body flip.
Duh.
It's like, hold all the buttons and jiggle around the controller sticks.
Yep, just about.
It's like Twister for your fingers.
Just really claw it up, dude. Separate all your knuckles.
But 28.03% of gamers landed the miracle whip.
Congrats.
Congrats to all of you.
Yeah.
But just to round it out a little bit, we looked up the achievement for dedicated, and that is to beat everything unlocked and everything earned, just 100% that game.
Everything.
I do not have that one.
I am far from that. But that was completed by 1.52% of players, so very rare.
Yeah. I don't blame him, though, because, again, it's easy to just zombie out and do your thing.
Absolutely.
And a lot of those challenges are incredibly difficult.
Dude, they get no room for error.
Woo! Perfect lines, crazy tricks.
Mm-hmm. It's tough. It's a grind.
Nice.
Pun intended.
Am I right? Am I right?
Rough. But so at the end of the end, we look at the most rare of the rare achievements, and surprisingly enough, in Skate 3, that is talking about a team practice. That is to play in a 6-player team free skate session online.
Hard to get them all in one place, man.
Man, probably pretty impossible at this point in that game's life.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to use like a looking for group thing to get that going.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the rarest one in Skate 3, and that has been completed by a whopping 0.60% of players.
Jeez.
Woo!
There
Rare,
it is.
baby.
Antisocial skaters.
So props to you, elite
Yeah.
few, in your free skate session.
Bam. You're special.
You're an overachiever.
How does that make you feel? Yeah, you're an overachiever.
You did it.
Hey.
Did
You really nailed it.
Speaking of did it, that's the show, boys.
Hey.
We did it.
We did
Episode
it.
number 19 in that proverbial books.
Boom, boom.
I've
Rose.
only heard it
In the
plural,
proverbial
but
Google Drive. How about that?
Yeah.
in the proverbial drives. Yeah. So let's do the rundown of our contact info. We mentioned some streaming earlier. Check us out. We are really trying to branch out there and go into this new stream horizons. We like Mixer. We like it a lot.
Yeah.
We like co-stream, and we like individual streams. You can find us at mixer.com/edgystances. Best Eagle Alive gets it on his own too. He's mixer.com/besteaglealive. He plays a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And he's a real nice fella.
And don't be afraid to come check out our Twitter. That's just at Edgy Stances. give us ideas for topics on the show or some games that you want to hear on Overachievers.
Yeah, tell us about Skate. Tell us about Battlefield, like we called out for today.
Mhm.
Totally. And something I started recently was a club on Xbox. If you players are familiar with that, it's just under Bloodshot Eyes and Sore Thumbs. That's a place for you to, put looking for group posts or share some of your favorite achievements or game clips. We'd love to see you guys there.
Yeah, we'll be on there. I stream too, but I stream under the show's name. And, I am the Edgy Stances stream. But Best Jacob Alive 2 to find me. Mr. Doo-Doo Man, spell it all out. MisterDoodooMan on Xbox for Brent. AWBS for Steam.
And
88, right? AWBS 88
Yeah.
for Steam.
And but I mean, really, I've been on Mixer more than anything. Just trying to get the the show's name out there. Got obviously a lot of Battlegrounds have been played recently. Honestly, that's where you're gonna find me more than anything else.
Mm-hmm. And my Let It Die stuff for PS4 is on Twitch at Edgy Stances, just like everything else. Trying to get it up on Mixer. I have the technology, but I'm coming across this audio bug that's just like,
We have the technology.
Yeah.
just dang, man,
Yeah.
turn it down. But yeah, trying to get that all figured out. And yeah, man, did I say it all? edgystances.squarespace.com. Please tell a friend. If you like us, tell a friend. We like talking to everybody. Talk to us, edgystances@gmail.com. If you like rating and reviewing, you are a kind soul. And if you could do that for us, that'd be tight
Yeah.
and dope.
We
Much
love
appreciated.
it.
Feels good.
And remember, y'all, stay ambered. We'll see you for big episode number 20.
Oh, yeah, we will.
And we hope you have the best day you've ever had.
Best day.
Go. It's hot outside. Get some sun. You're looking pale, pasty. Ugh.
The best fucking day.